Welcome back to the video. My name is Trajan, former financial planner and Wall Street analyst, and author of morningdownload.com. If you haven't jumped on that, go to the link down below. It's my daily newsletter where I cover the day's news in stocks and the economy and how it relates to your money, personal finance. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a concept that is dear to my heart, and that is fuck you money, and how it can bring you more personal satisfaction, more career advancement, and more freedom. Money is often associated with security and material possessions, but it can also grant us something far more precious, and that is the ability to live life on our own terms. In my 25-year career as a financial advisor and working on Wall Street, worked in Silicon Valley, worked at many different companies, I had the chance to work with a lot of different people and see how they manage money. And there's something I noticed about people that were good with money and people that were bad with money. The people that were good with money, that had money in the bank, had money saved, were so much more relaxed and had the freedom and the ability to speak their mind more than those that didn't. Sometimes I watch movies and see people in TV shows and movies get stressed out about losing their job, and I think to myself, you know what would solve this? You know what would help this character make a much better decision? Is if they had some money in the bank and they didn't feel like they were forced into a corner because they needed money, because they were so afraid of losing their job that they had to make bad decisions. They had to cut corners. They had to always do what their boss said. They had to be the villain of the story because they didn't have some money in the bank where they could walk away from the job, walk away from the mean boss, walk away from the bad situation and think, I don't have to worry about this because I've got money in the bank. I don't need a job right now. That is FU money. It's having the freedom to make decisions not based on money, but based on your personal value system, based on the freedom to do what you want. To me, that is true freedom. That is freedom to take the job because you love the work, you love the environment, leave the toxic workplace to explore new career opportunities because you've got money in the bank that gives you that freedom. Now, you don't need retirement money in the bank. You don't need to be financially independent to have FU money. You just need enough money to be able to not have a job for a while you look for a new one. And of course, the more money you have, the more freedom you have to do things you like not only leaving a job for a few months, but maybe you want to travel the world for a year. Maybe you want to try a new career, try something totally different. Or maybe you just don't want to work for a year or two. Maybe you've got small children, or you just had a baby, or whatever the case may be. Having some money set aside gives you more freedom to make decisions not based on money. So recently, the CEO of Tesla and Twitter, of course, meme lord Elon Musk, was asked by a reporter why he says some of the things he does. If you follow him on Twitter, or you maybe seen in the news, he pretty much just says what he wants. So the reporter asked him, why do you say this when it could cause you to lose a lot of money? The shareholders of Tesla might not like it. You're going to get a lot of press. And after thinking about it for 12 long seconds during the interview, he gave an interesting answer. And I'm going to play it right now.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
So how is he able to say, I'll say what I want, and if I lose money, so be it? Because he has the ultimate pile of FU money. He is able to do what he wants. He bought Twitter because he believed in the ideals of free speech and he wanted to change Twitter. And you may disagree with how he's doing it, but his objective was to do something that he wanted. He had some ideals that he thought that he could live up to by buying Twitter. Why does he say what he wants? Because he has the freedom to do it, because he's got money that he doesn't need to work. He works because he wants to. He has the ultimate FU money. He can't be canceled. He can't be silenced. And whether you love or hate Elon Musk, the fact that he has the ability to say what he wants is pretty amazing. So how do we get that same ability without starting a rocket company and becoming one of the richest people in the world? Having FU money, building a pile of FU money, starts with building a solid foundation. It involves cultivating healthy relationships around money, setting clear goals, clear financial goals, and developing good saving and investing habits so that you can gradually build up your portfolio over time. By focusing on long-term financial stability or financial independence, you can gradually accumulate a portfolio that is big enough to reach the point where you no longer have to tolerate circumstances you don't like, especially at work. And like I said, you don't necessarily need a lot. You just need some to help you feel empowered. $1,000 in the bank might do it for you. It is at least a start. Let me tell you a short story about a time where I was grateful I had some FU money, and it wasn't a lot. I was doing SEO, search engine optimization, for some clients, and I got one client who paid me $600 a month to do SEO on his small website. And after a few weeks, me working on the site and doing some updates, he started asking for more and more. I got more and more demanding. He started calling me early in the morning, calling me on weekends and during the night. One day he actually said to me, "I'm going to work you so hard, you're going to earn every single penny." And I said to him, "Not for $600, you're not. You're not going to work me so hard and call me on the weekends and call me at night for $600. I don't think we're the best fit. I think you need to go hire somebody else to do your SEO." So my takeaway from that was, number one, setting boundaries is important. It's important in every aspect of life, but especially when it comes to money, especially with clients. It gave me enormous peace of mind and satisfaction to be able to fire that client that was going to work me so hard. And two was being in a position where I wasn't desperate for money. There are times in my life where I really needed that $600, and I've worked for clients and companies that worked me so hard, worked me to the bone, because I needed the money. But gradually, as I saved and accumulated more money, I was able to get to a point where I didn't need that $600. And it doesn't take much. It might just take a few $1,000s. But the peace of mind and the satisfaction to be able to draw boundaries with people and not have to do things for money, to do things by my values, made all the difference. And I'll tell you, it was so satisfying to be able to tell that guy that I didn't want to work for him anymore and I didn't need him as a client. So here's some more benefits to having FU money. Number one is you call the shots. That's probably one of the biggest benefits of having some money in the bank. And you do things that matter to you. You can do the things that are important to you when you have just a little bit of financial freedom to go after your dreams. Having some money in the bank allows you to maybe start a company, change jobs, do something different. If you don't like the 9 to 5, or in some cases maybe the 8 to 7 or the long commute or whatever it is, you don't like the pressure of living paycheck to paycheck, or you feel the stress of possibly losing your job, or the coercion of doing things maybe you don't like in your job, then focus on building a fund and call it your FU fund, your freedom fund, whatever you want to call it. And then go find a job that you really do like. People love to work. There's a reason why a lot of people, after they win the lottery, they stay at their jobs or they go to a different job. They change careers. 16% of people who retire early actually go back to work. Having that money gives you freedom to do something that you really like. Secondly, having some FU money makes you a better employee. Starting a business isn't for everybody. I've started several businesses and I've been an employee, and I'll tell you the pros and cons with each. But when I've been an employee, I'll tell you that having some money in the bank has made me a better employee. It's made me a better manager because I'm able to speak my mind without thinking about what repercussions it might have from my managers or the owners of the company. And being able to speak your mind means you can feel more free to contribute to your company. And as a former CEO, manager, and CFO, I'll tell you that employees that speak their mind are much more valuable people in the company. They're more valuable than those that just say yes to everything. Because if I needed somebody that says yes to everything, then why do I need that person? I've got myself. I value people that will disagree with me. And people feel more comfortable disagreeing when they don't fear for their jobs. And it also made my job more fun because I wasn't afraid of the boss. I was able to have a relationship that was more equal, more on parity, more one-on-one, because it wasn't a subservient relationship where I was afraid of the boss and afraid of losing my job. I could value myself and value my contribution more equally. So the third benefit is reduced stress and increased happiness, because money matters are stressful. They're even more stressful when you don't have any money. The emotional and mental toll it takes managing money and not having money, worrying about your job, worrying about making ends meet, can really add up. And it can also affect your health. But having some FU money can significantly reduce stress and increase your overall happiness. Money doesn't buy happiness. We know that. It's a common phrase for a reason, but having money can increase your happiness and reduce your stress. And having a safety net will allow you to live more confidently, have more choices, and make calculated risks. It creates a sense of peace and security that impacts every other area of your life. When you have some financial freedom, it frees you from the worry about bills and debts and unexpected expenses. You don't have to constantly be preoccupied with financial concerns. You can spend more time with your family and friends, or starting a business, or whatever you want to do, without always thinking about how you're going to pay the next bill. So if you're on board with having some FU money, or maybe you have some already, then like this video and subscribe for some more videos like it. And if you've got some FU money, I'd love to hear your story in the comments below, how you've used it. Have you just used it to feel more peace and serenity? Or have you used it to give your boss the middle finger and walk out because he or she wanted you to do something you didn't want to do? I would love to hear your story. Another benefit of having FU money is the ability to say no. I've touched on this a little bit, but there are a lot of times in our life where we think we have to say yes because we're forced into it, because we don't have any other options. But having FU money gives you the ability to say no to what you don't want to do, change your circumstance, and align your circumstances with your goals, which is one of the big benefits. Having some money allows you to follow your goals and do what you want. You escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle and create a life that is more purpose-driven. It's purpose-driven for yourself and for others because it gives you the time and the freedom and the increase of energy to focus on what you want to do with your life, how you want to spend your time, and not what other people want you to do. It means you can focus your time on your passions, the things that are important to you and your family. Maybe you want to start a business, maybe you want to volunteer, you want to do something meaningful, contribute to a meaningful cause. FU money allows you to make the impact in other people's lives, in your life, because you have that freedom. So remember, financial freedom, building up financial freedom is a journey. It takes time to build up that safety net, build up just a little bit of FU money and grow it until you are financially independent. But the more you have, the more freedom you have, the more opportunities will open up for you when you give yourself the ability to say no and reduce your stress and have the freedom to do things that come along with saying FU, to stand up for yourself and stand up to things that stand in your way to your own personal happiness and your own personal freedom. And it starts with taking the journey of setting aside some money so you have some security, so you don't worry about what's going to happen next. You don't worry about your bills. You don't worry about your job. And you can live life on your terms and follow your dreams and your passions instead of somebody else's.